go walk about, mate. Get out of the house for a little while. Good afternoon, sir. Yeah, don't put anything in the super chat, man, okay? Like it's still there, man. It's still sitting in there. The next thing is January. So it's held your thing for 3 months. 3 fucking months, mate. Can you believe that shit? I was going to put some pictures up and show you. That's incredible. That is fucking insane. Because they just keep rolling it over. You've got to get over $100 for the month. So if you get $80 one month and then it rolls into the next month and you get another 20, well, they hold it until the next month to pay it out. You follow? They don't just give you the... Yeah. So yeah, don't do that again, man. Fuck. lorddobbyking@gmail.com, okay? That's my PayPal. lorddobbyking@gmail.com. Yeah, super chat, no good to me. Fucking, that's the worst way. You just reminded me when I seen your name, and I thought I got fucking Richard Pusey's $20. I'm gonna fucking frame that cunt, mate. I'll put it on the fucking wall. I'm not gonna spend it. I'm gonna fucking pin it on the wall there. I'll get it. Like the clear thing over it. What do they call that stuff? Yeah, I'll get the clear fucking film over it. We'll put it in a frame. You know, donated by Richard Pusey after 8 years. Fuck, I laugh at that every time I think about it, I swear. My oldest daughter's birthday today. So happy birthday to my beautiful Kyra. I hope she has a great day. I'm so fucking far away, man. I'm 2.5 hours away. And it's a Sunday, the buses come once an hour. Yeah, far out, boys. Next year it'll be on a Monday. It's always one day ahead every year, okay? So next year it'll be on a Monday. But I hope she has a great day. I really do. I hope you have a good day, kid. And I hope you got some presents and you got plenty of love around you and you're having a good day, okay? And Dad will call you later on tonight. I called you this morning, but I figured I'd just leave you alone, you know what I mean? Let you have a good day and I'll call you tonight. And hopefully Mum visits you or Grandma visits you. Yeah. Anyway, that's the first thing that I get off the rank, mate, is my kids. Yeah, always thinking about my kids, bro. Always thinking about them. Always wondering about them, mate. That's the worst part, bro. I swear to God, being a dad when you don't see him. It's not like I'm a bad guy or anything, eh? Fuck. I'm a bit broke, but that's about it. My kids don't really mind, mate, if dad's come, you know what I mean? Like they don't judge you for that because they're your children. You know, it doesn't cost you anything to go and to take them to a park or take them to the pool or whatever. It doesn't cost anything really. So you can still have a really good day and you can pick up a cheap cake for them and fresh cream cake in the supermarket. You can pick up one of those ones. It says happy birthday on it, you know. And I've got the candles in the drawer. I've got the birthday candles all ready to go. I swear to God I could show you. I've got the birthday candles there. Hopefully one day. I think that's the worst part of my whole life, viewer. Is getting married, marrying these women, having children, wanting to be a father, and they're taken from you, bro. They're taken from you, man. I think that's the hardest hurdle for me to get over. It has been trying to get over that hurdle, you know, because it's not like I'm a bad person, man. I swear, you know. 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm with my kid, and breakfast time and changing time and getting her ready for school, and you know, that's all I used to think about, man. Now I just wake up and I've got nothing to do, bro. I just apply for jobs. It just seems my day now, I should be just going to work every day. You know, coming home, don't think about them. Occupy your time with your work. It's a horrible existence, viewer. Horrible existence. It really is. I wonder if my Echo's even in the country, mate. I imagine by now she wouldn't be. They'd be gone by now. So it sucks. It sucks. Although China is nice to visit, I got to admit that. China is nice to visit. It's a nice, I had a great time there and great food there and all that kind of stuff. So it's not like I would be unwelcome to her going and visiting and stuff, just coming back. That's what I said to the court. There's no treaty, okay? And my ex has already said that they're going to go to school and they're going to stay there and go to school there. And I'm like, that's not very fair. But, yeah, none of that worked, mate. None of that mattered. They were just like arguments backward and forward. And then they pull out the ace card, Oh, your daughter hasn't seen you for this amount of time and she said that she doesn't want to see you. She doesn't want to speak to you, And they don't ask, and they put it all back on the man. It flabbergasts me how the person can withhold the child for that amount of time, and when it's questioned, it's put back on the person that hasn't seen the child. Oh, it's your fault, You did something years and years and years ago, Like that's, and the court believes it. The court runs with it because it's easier. It's easier to do that, viewer. It's easier. Okay? That's why they do it. It's easier. Gets the court case done and over with. You get labelled a really bad guy. You get labelled rah and all. Fuck, dude. I've got to get over this shit every day. Every fucking day. And I swear to God, man, even when I was working at GB, I would be at work thinking about Echo. I'm at work thinking about her. Tonight I've got to go and do the course. I'd tell you guys on live stream. I've got to do the course tonight. So of course I'm thinking about my daughter the whole fucking day, the whole night. What are you expecting me to do? This court system, mate, and these women that run the court system, and they're just fucking cruel. They're cruel, brother. They get to go home to their children. You know what I mean? They get to go home to their kids, And they'll gladly tell you that you should never see your children ever again. Like, it just blows me away, man. I get really upset about it. I can't help it. And I'm allowed to feel this way. I don't have to feel guilty because I feel this way. Don't feel guilty, gentlemen, because you feel. Don't let them put it back on you like you're this really big bad guy, and because that's what they want you to do. That's why we have such a high mortality rate for men. You can look it up on Google, man. It's always after family law court, okay? Because it's the hardest time, man. Like, seriously, it is the hardest time. Like I've just been handed a fucking thing by a court, which I didn't expect to get after 4 years. You're never to see your daughter again. You're never to speak to her, never to see her, never to talk to her. Not allowed near her anything. Not allowed to, you just shake your head, And then they start congratulating each other in the court. Thank you very much for your time on this matter, and I'm glad that you were able to help me in this matter. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute. So you two got into a room, there's no third party representing the man, and both of you two got together and made a decision. But there's nobody representing the man, the father. Just representing the woman and the judge that's willing to give out the sentence. That's it. There's nobody on your side, buddy. You're walking in there on complete back foot. And mate, I swear to God, if I had $1 million, I would take him back to fucking court. If I had $1 million, bro, I would just take it back to court on principle. Like, I really would. Apparently you can't appeal it. Apparently you can't. And I don't have the money to hire a lawyer. I don't have the money to keep going. I really don't. These lawyers will just suck you dry. They'll suck you dry, brother. And the minute you've got nothing left, that's when they give you the notice of cease to act. And then you'll find it impossible to get another lawyer. Impossible. The other lawyers will look at you and go, you're too far along in your case, I can't help you. And what that means in translation to English, it means that I can't send emails and I can't earn any money out of you. because that's how I earn money, by answering emails, sending an email, you know, putting a piece of paper into the court. I can get paid a lot of money for that, okay? $500-$600 just to consult you, $150 for each paperwork. Yeah, that shit adds up real quick. You know, I'll need a retainer for 10 grand. I need a retainer. 10 grand's gone overnight. Overnight, brother. You know, they're still sending me, this is what, okay, you want me to forget it? You want me to get over it and shit? Brother, I can show you a fucking Gmail that I only got on Friday reminding me that I owe money to the federal court. Cop that shit. Reminding me that I owe fucking $1,500 to the court for my 2 days of session in the federal court. You know? Like, what a fucking joke, bro. What a joke. They want to hang you, and they want you to pay for it while you're there. And that's why I can't completely forget about it. Okay? Because here I'm looking at a bill here for $1,500. Okay? So I'll think about the bill, but I won't think about why I've got the bill. You know, or how I got the bill. How does that make sense? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense, right? I'm sick of being on the Seno. I'm fucking sick of it, viewer. I'm sick of having no paper. I'm tired of that. I get depressed and fucking down because I look at my channel and you blokes don't even give me a like. You don't even give me a fucking like, mate. You want me to come on here for hours and hours talking to you and you can't even be bothered to hit the fucking button. You know, I've got 75% of you or something like that aren't even subscribed to my channel that watch me. You're not even subscribed. You don't even push the fucking button. You bitch and moan about fucking everything. You report every stream. Check out my channel, man. Age restricted. Fucking, like, how many videos yesterday? Age restricted. So someone's going through my videos, finding anything they can to complain about. Oh, look, he swore. You know, that's abuse. You know, whatever the fuck you're complaining about. And the thing is that you don't pay, you don't do shit for my channel. You want to report and complain and you want to monitor what I say and you don't like what I say, rah, rah, but you don't even follow the channel. You don't even like a fucking video, but you want to be able to judge it and be able to tell me what I should and shouldn't say. That shit's amazing to me. Your entitlement as a child, you know what I mean? Anyway, I can hear people at the beach. You know, can't they see that I'm on live stream? They need to be a bit quiet, okay? They need to be fucking a complaint lodged here. You're a little bit loud. Get on the phone, mate, to the third party. Oh, mate. It's been a long haul, eh, boys? It's been a hell of a haul. I've sold no masks. No masks at all. So I've got no extra income coming in. I'm busted fucking flat. And I'm feeling like a fucking, you know, I'm in a better plot than I was before. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, and I'm going to run out of options soon, man. Nobody hires over Christmas. Nobody's going to hire until January. Nobody. They don't hire right now. They're all on holiday. All the factories are closed for their holidays and shit now, man. They don't even come back to the office until fucking January, you know? Or after the new year. After the new year, they come back into office. So, no, Johnny, no. No, Johnny, no. No, mate, no. They don't like that you got no paper, mate. They've got paper. So, you know, you start hanging around and stuff, they look down on you, bro. They look down on you, man, okay? And if they've got to start paying for things because you're broke, yeah, they don't like that at all, which I don't blame them. I don't blame them. That's all cool. But I can't change the situation right now. That's the spot that I'm in. So, no, I don't, man, no. It didn't work out all that great, man. They weren't happy with me. And I seemed to have offended, you know. So, no. No. It happened once in 20 years or 30 years. That's about it. They were very unhappy with me. Completely unhappy. So, no, that ends... It's very quick, isn't it, mate? Very quick to to fucking end you, isn't it? Yeah, it's the same thing, man. No, I've been alone Christmas every year. Every year except for that one year I went to my sister's and visited there. But every other year we've been alone. We've woken up alone, mate. Every year. Even when I had my daughter, man, she would take the kid early in the morning, and I'd be sitting there all day cooking lunch, and they come home and they tell me, oh, no, I'm not hungry, I don't want anything to eat. So the whole Christmas day's gone. Yeah, the whole Christmas day. Because, apparently they don't celebrate it. She told me that they don't celebrate it. When she was young, she never had Christmas. So, her parents never bought presents or anything like that. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I don't want that for my daughter. Like, I really don't want, I don't want that. So, that's why I tried to make it a bit of a deal on the day. But even then, there's, presents weren't until the afternoon, mate, when they got back. And I could sit there playing with my daughter. Otherwise, no, mate. It's been a pretty on my own time, on my own thing. I didn't bring anything into the home, man. They got pissed off because I had 2 videos up. That's why they got pissed off, and I downloaded them when I was visiting. They're over a year old. They're like a year and a half old. Had 87 views. No big deal. Not to me anyway. But yeah, they got really pissed off with that, dude. All he had to do was call me, right? Yeah, nah, they don't call, mate. They get your whole shit taken down. Okay, so that's when you're not sweet, bro. That's when that all the other thing that they've said is all bullshit. That's when it's all bullshit. It's because they're going to drop a dime on you, bro. Okay, so they can't be telling you that you're great, you're this, that, and the other, and they're going to drop a dime on you. It's not good, man. Yeah, well, listen, boys, once someone actually tells you they're going to drop a dime on you, you don't hang around, mate. Okay, you don't hang around. You get the fuck out of there. Okay, and you can't have association after that, because whatever you do or say, they may drop a dime on you. Okay, it's like bringing the wolf into the sheep pen, right? You know what I mean? Like letting them have free reign, right? No, bro, I got really scared, really scared, like seriously scared. I got a phone call. If you don't return my phone call, I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna do like what the fuck. So that's it, man. Everyone went on the block. Everybody went on the block, brother. Everybody. Fucking, what do you want me to do? Like you've got my channel taken down for 3 months. 3 months, okay? So I think I've paid enough, right? So, no, I got a few phone calls, telling me, So I got shit scared, brother. You got no idea, fucking really, because I don't want a dime dropped on me, man. I don't need a knock on the door, okay? I really don't need a knock on the fucking door. What the fuck? Oh, we're just checking on you, rah, rah, rah. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, so don't ever do that, boys, all right? Like if someone's telling you to your face that's what they're going to do, you better believe them, okay? Plus, with all the dealings that I've done in the past, we haven't exactly been, and you know what I mean? Like I've had to trust my instincts, and my instinct said to me, you better fucking deal with this shit real quick, because it could come on top, and yeah, that might not be good for you. And in the past, mate, that voice inside me has saved me. It has helped me, mate. That voice that we all get, we've all got it, mate. Just whether you listen to it or not. Oh, man, she's windy out today. I don't know if the paper shop is open. My friend wants me to get him a packet of smokes, but I told him I don't know if it's open, man. It's Sunday. So it may be closed. So I'll have a look for him. Nah, it's closed, bro. Yeah, no, it's closed. At 12 p.m. it closes on Sunday. And also no money, V. Also no money. You know, they'll also look at you like that because you're broke, man. You're broke, bro. Okay? So, not good. I'm on Seno, mate. So, yeah. It's different when I've got a lot of money. It's different when I've got paper, okay? Yeah. See if I can get 20 bucks out, bro. Just see. Yeah, Johnny, yeah. Yeah, yes, Johnny. Yeah. Chip card error. It says chip card error, mate. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, I may have put the wrong number in. No, I got no paper for that, Jimmy. Sorry, man. I got the bills paid, I got the fucking rent paid, bro. And I'm glad, okay? So I don't complain. I've just got to try and, conserve, mate. Try and live, and I'm finding it hard, man. If I haven't got that extra bit of paper coming from the masks, it makes it a lot harder. It just really does. I mean, there's not a whole lot in the old Seno, mate, okay? No, it's not letting me, dude. Chip card error. It says chip card error. Wonder what that means, man. Won't let me take out, bro. No, it had nothing to do with that. It had nothing to do with the lad. Nothing at all. Nothing at all, bro. They would have looked up my channel, man, just out of interest, rah. And they would have seen, the two, they would have had to scroll down a bit. But yeah, big deal, right? But it is to them. Yeah, it is to them. I mean, apparently, you were telling me that we're with, we're this, that, and the other, and I thought, oh, great. Well, here we go. I'll just put a couple of vids up because that's supposed to be family, rah. But yeah, they only had 87 views, man. They had no views, bro. It's not like, you're earning any... You didn't try and earn money out of it. I wasn't trying to earn money out of it, bro. It had 87 views. So, it's nothing spectacular, bro, to go worrying about, right? Nothing to go bragging about. Yeah, Johnny, yeah, they take everything, mate. You'll end up... Well, the family law court took my money. I got a little bit of money from the house, which was fucking jack shit. And most of that went straight to the lawyers. Most of it went straight to the lawyer. The separation lawyer, your divorce lawyer, and then the family law court. The family law court will take everything you got off you. Everything. And you're never going to have your property. That's why I keep warning men. You will never have your property, boys. Once you move them in or you marry them, you lose your property. You lose your house. Okay? Like, that's just a simple fact. That is what happens. So you're going to be working your ass off, paying all the mortgage, paying all the council rates, all the bills and everything else. And then that person wakes up unhappy, they want a divorce, and they walk away with everything, mate. It's as simple as that. That's how it works. And if you've got a child with you, if you've got a kid with them, then 99% chance that even then you're not even going to get the clothes off your back, bro. The only thing you're going to leave, you get 15 minutes, man. You get 15 minutes. The sheriff will lob up and gives you a piece of paper that gives you 15 minutes to leave the property. And you have 15 minutes to grab whatever you can and leave. And that is it, man. You are escorted off the property and you're never allowed back on. That's the end of you. So I have none of my memories, none of my photographs, none of my stuff that I collected. I got a bit of clothing, you know, whatever. I only had a small car, no trailer. So that's all you had. And I knew that. I said that to the stream many times. You know, I'm living on borrowed time. Like, seriously, I'm living on borrowed time. It's just a matter of time before this person makes a phone call. And really all they've got to do, mate, is go down to the station and say that they live in fear. They live in fear of you, that you're going to do this or you're going to do that. They'll, whatever you fucking like, just pull it out of the air. And that's it. That's all they need to do. And that's enough to get you kicked out of the property. I swear to God on the Bible. You know, the cop will give her the fucking order because they can't take the chance that you do something. They can't take that chance. So they would rather get you off the property, remove you, and that's it for you. You're done. You're done. Okay? That is correct, Johnny. It won't happen again, mate, because I'm broke. It won't happen again because I'm broke. You're immune, mate. Once you're broke, you're immune. Okay, you're immune, mate. You're immune. Okay. They look at you as though you're really ugly and shit. Something. It's better than nothing. A little bit of Christmas is better than no Christmas. Oh God. Da, 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 da. Oh, you're better off just to get your own shit together, boys. You know, get your own shit together. You know, be successful in your workplace if you can, in your job. And I don't understand the motive of moving them in anymore. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Like, if your girl must be treating you a whole lot better than anything that I've ever met, and any girlfriend that I've ever met of a friend of mine, you know, or a wife. There's only one or two wives that I know that take care of their husbands. Yeah, the rest of them argumentative and very manly, like very manly. Okay, it's like talking to a man. No, so no, I just cannot recommend it. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. And if you watch the original Garage Art streams, mate, when we first started, all I did is recommend getting married. Getting married, starting a family, having children is the best thing in the world, and finding someone that loves you and that you're married to them. And, you know, that's how my stream started. And then I got moved into the spare room. And, yeah, things weren't the same ever since then, okay? So... yeah, really, yeah. Yeah, I had a bit of fun along the way. Yeah, I had a bit of fun along the way, mate. But yeah, basically, man, I was in it for the adventure. Dude, I knew all the way when I was in China. Like, you know, if I can tell you that fact. I'm not silly. I've had plenty of relationships, okay? And I know how to read fucking people. And this is not honeymoon. We're not on a honeymoon. Like, I've just signed the paperwork yesterday, and I am now in the spare room in their parents' home. And no one comes anywhere near me. No one talks to me. They don't want to be seen near me. They don't want to come out with me. They don't want to be walk down the road with me. I've got pictures, man. I've got fucking proof. I've got receipts, brother. The person will walk 10 feet in front of me. 10 feet in front of me wherever we go. We'll never hold my hand, ever. It's the only person you can look at and go, you never, ever, ever, not a single time kissed your husband. Not once did you ever kiss your husband. Did you ever hug your husband? Just give him a hug? The answer's no. Not a single fucking time. Okay? So it's not like you don't have plenty of warning, boys. You get plenty of warning. But it was good biscuit, bro. It was, when you did get it, it was, you know, the best rah-rah. And the rest of the time it was a horror fest. It was just a horror fest.
It was a fucking horror fest. Nothing but blue ball fucking blue ball existence, bro. And you're not allowed to even talk like that because apparently that's abuse. That's abuse, right? So, the thing is, I find it amazing how these court system and the lawyers and the judges and everybody will look down on you for what you're asking for, but at the same time will look at her and go, you're just absolutely perfect. You're just the perfect human being. How you treated him and how you spoke to him, you're just the best wife, right? So, they can put it all back on you. It's the man's fault. That's what I learned. I seriously really did. And go and do the men's behaviour course if you don't believe me. Just go and do the men's behaviour course, and you'll learn for yourself how low on the ladder we are. A cat and a dog is worth more than a man, mate. A cat and a dog is worth more than a man. A fucking goldfish is worth more than a man. Okay? And you want to know why? Because they don't have to pay to get loved. They don't have to pay. They get loved because of what they are. They get free love. A man only gets love based on his resources, based on what he can provide, based on what he can do. What can you do for me today? And if you can't do anything, mate, then that person's going to have the fucking shits for the next week and is going to treat you and talk to you like shit. Probably ignore you for a couple of days because they love the ignore game. And the ignore game to a woman is ignoring you. Completely and utterly, you do not exist. Walk straight past you, ignore you. Okay? It's the loneliest fucking relationship you'll ever have. The loneliest. Because you're with someone that you love and that you want them to treat you nicely, you want them to love you, and they don't fucking like you at all. They just don't like you. Forget about love, they don't like you, okay? They can't even fucking say hello to you when you walk in the room, and you stand there thinking, I haven't done anything wrong. What the fuck have I done? And so you'll ask, and it's something from days ago. Days ago. Like, what the fuck? Days ago. Like, you just scratch your head. Like, you've had so much shit in the last 3 or 4 days, and she's putting it back to something that happened 4 days ago, and yet you've had to go through 3 days of fucking just hell, because they don't cook. Once they got the shits with you, bro, that's it. That's it for you. You get ignored. You can cook your own shit. You're not going to get a kiss. You're not going to get a cuddle. They're not going to fucking say hello to you. They're not going to hold your hand. They're going to treat you like a cunt, mate, okay? That's just how they are. You guys, like it... they all want me to be quiet, bro. The system, they want me to be quiet. They want me to go away and be quiet, yeah? And I've had mate, it's taken me a month and a half, to come to the realisation, yeah? I mean, it's different when I was in court, bro. At least I had a light at the end of the tunnel. Now they've taken the light from me. I don't even have a fucking tunnel. So I've spent 4 years wasting my fucking time and my money and my energy and my love and everything that I put into these fucking thing, mate, to try and see my daughter. And all of these fucking people, mate, these highly paid professionals, they'll sit there telling you that you should never see your daughter again. Based on what? Because I didn't remove a picture enough on Facebook, or I liked a comment that someone made on my Facebook page, and I liked the comment. So apparently I deserve to have the full weight of the law come down on me. Like, this is fucking diabolical. It's, and they will take your children from you, bro, as punishment. They'll take your children from you. I got questioned in family law court about MGTOW. What is MGTOW? What does it stand for? What has it got to do with you? Why have you got... Like, what the fuck has my case got to do with MGTOW? And how did MGTOW get brang up in... I never brang it up. I swear to God, man, the first thing they did when they walked into the room is question me about MGTOW. And I just said to the lady, it's, the judge lady, it's MGTOW, men going their own way. Yeah, they're not happy with that. They're not happy with that, brother. Men going your own way. How fucking dare you? Who do you think you are? Yeah? They don't like that shit, bro. Okay? You need to stay on the plantation. You need to stay in the field, brother. You need to stay in amongst the rules and the regulations and the fees and the charges. That's what you should be worried about. you know, and they were really pissed off that I didn't pay these fines, you know. I got fined here, fined there. Oh, you haven't paid those fines, right? And I'm thinking to myself, as if I give a fuck about a fucking, you know, growing some pot and rah. What has that got to do with family law court? What has that got to do with... want to paint you as the worst villain that they can. They've got to try and come up with whatever they can to paint you as the worst person in the world, that you should never see your children again, okay? So they'll bring up shit that's 20 years old, brother. They will bring up stuff that to you it means nothing. It's a petty fucking crime when you were a child. When you were 24, you grew some pot, you know, you grew some green, mate, okay? It's a fucking major crime. A $1,500 fine. But they got you down for DV. Like, I was stunned at that. Stunned, mate. Domestic violence. What fucking domestic violence, mate? Oh, you didn't remove a picture on Facebook and you liked someone's comment. And I'm thinking to myself, how is that domestic violence? How is that domestic violence? Because at the time you were under an order. You see? That's how they twist it, man. At the time you were under an order, so that is regarded as a DV thing. Right? So when you get to family law court, man, they stack it up as like you're the worst villain in the world. You got 3 DVs. Look what you've done, rah. Because they couldn't find a chink in the armor, bro. They couldn't find it. They've got it. I spent 3 hours in the witness box, man, under oath. 3 hours being questioned, man. Okay. That's a hell of a long time. They're trying to find anything they can. And they're trying to get you to rise, you know, like raise your voice in court or disagree with them in court or whatever. And I just agreed with everything. Yep, I did that. Yep. Okay. I'm thinking to myself, what has this got to do with being a father? What has this got to do with taking care of my children, mate, or taking care of my daughter? It's got absolutely nothing to do with it. But that's what they need to do. And when none of that works... they've got their magic fucking ace card. And they can just pull it out and say, look, your child doesn't want to see you. Your child doesn't want to speak to you. So we can't do anything for your case, Mr. Barker. We can't progress, you know, because your child doesn't want to see you. And then you'll say to them, why doesn't my child want to see you? Oh, because you did something 5 years ago. You know, it's traumatised them. You yelled at their mum 5 years ago. And I've said, but we've got visitation reports, you know, After that, we've got visitation report, right? Where my daughter is happy with dad and wants to see dad and is asking when she can see dad again, right, in front of the mother. Yeah, the mother's not happy about that. The grandmother and mother were not happy about that. So everything like that is dismissed, you see, because you can't show the woman in that light. You can't bring that up in court. They don't like that, man. They don't like it when you actually bring up that this is how you were in the family report. This is what's written in there. Oh no, mate, that's quickly fucking squashed and moved over. The children's lawyer, mate, is not there to benefit the case. They are there to make sure that you never see your child again. That is what they're there for, man. The children's lawyer is not there to try and get the case moving along or try and get some kind of resolution in amongst the family to keep them together. He is there to dead set make sure that you never see your children again, ever. He will sit there for hours and hours going through all the paperwork, finding anything that he can. Anything, mate. Anything at all. And also this portal, mate, this court portal, this family law court portal, you can't get through it on your own as a normal person. You've got to have a lawyer go through it, mate. You know, like they hook it up for you. You can't just hook it up yourself, bro. So any information that's put on that portal, you won't know about until your lawyer tells you about it. And my fucking lawyer, mate, I was stunned. Like, I'm still stunned to this day that I had this fucking lawyer for months and months and months, okay, advising me on my case. And every time it's being adjourned, every time there's no result, the person would actually just sit there. Well, just fucking sit there. Doesn't say a single word in court. And I'm wondering why. Why, right? So here we are 3 days before the court case and the person gives me a notice to cease to act. So she doesn't want to be my lawyer anymore. No, doesn't want to be my lawyer. It's too late now to get another lawyer. And when I go to my court, who do I see opposite me? Who do I see? I see my lawyer. I see my lawyer taking notes for the children's lawyer. So my lawyer switched sides. 3 days before the court case, my lawyer switched sides. So I wouldn't trust anything from legal aid, mate. I wouldn't trust them at all. And I wouldn't go trusting any of their senior consultants either, because that person just led me along for months and months and months. And that same person is the one that gave me the paperwork asking me to sign over my daughter, sign over all parenting rights, sign over, because you're going to lose the case. So you might as well sign this piece of paper. And if you don't sign it, then we won't be able to help you in court anymore. So I had no choice, right? So I've said to the lady, I can't sign that. That's just diabolical. And then when I go to court, mate, they're on the other side representing the other side. Yeah, I was stunned. Like, there's no conflict of interest apparently in Australia. They're allowed to do that. They're allowed to give notice and go straight to the other side. And my lawyer, apparently, who turned over to her lawyer, is now in a consulting room with the fucking big boss and has now made a decision on your case, mate, without any representation for you. For you. There's nobody in that room representing the man. Nobody. You've just got the children's lawyer and you've got the judge. And between the two of them, mate, they decide your case. And I find that just absolutely disgusting, where there is no representation of the father. None. There's none. There's no voice there going, but hang on, there's nothing there. I didn't even know they were having these meetings, mate. I had no idea that they were having them until the last day of final hearing, when they congratulated themselves. They congratulated themselves in the courtroom, buddy, telling themselves how much of a great job they've done, And that's when I twigged, hang on a minute, so you two guys have been meeting and you had a discussion about this and there's no representation from the man at all? So it's a hung fucking jury. You are hung, brother. You're hung before you walk in. And apparently they were really pissed off that I got legal aid. Like, really pissed off. They get pissed off because you got legal aid. He quit his job so that he could get legal aid, because he ran out of money. They're all offended at that. They got offended at that. What do you want me to do? Because they want you to quit, bro. They don't want you to they want you to quit. They want you to quit and walk away and sign over your children. They're going to be happier without you. You'll be able to move on and have a better life. You'll hear the whole fairy tale, mate. And the whole gamble of the game, boys, is to destroy the family unit. That's what it's all about, is to destroy the family unit. Okay? They don't like the family unit. They want to destroy it. Okay? And they do a fucking good job about it, mate. You're trying to tell me they care about your case? Dude, they just adjourned your case for 6 months. 6 fucking months they adjourned your case, buddy. You think they care about your fucking case? And then the time that you just walked in there to get that, you had just spent 5 months on adjournment. You spent 5 months on adjournment to do a family fucking report, and you get in there for no more than 10 minutes and they adjourn it again for another 6 months. How is that fucking beneficial to any family unit? How is that supposed to help the family unit at all? And none of that is in consideration, mate, when you do get back into court. You are the fault that you didn't see your daughter. It's your fault. It's not their fault at all. It's your fault. It's your fault. Okay? So, good luck to you. Yeah, why in the fuck would you want to marry him, mate? Why in the fuck would you move him in? Like, seriously. Anyway, man, you like my stream, man? Chuck us a fucking chocolate milk, brother. lorddobbyking@gmail.com. Help the old bloke out in PayPal. All right? lorddobbyking@gmail.com. I got told that I stream for 12 hours a day, buddy. 12 hours a day? Fucking hell, bro. Like every day? I just started laughing, man. I really did. No, I've tried sending everything, mate. It's thrown away. You're not allowed any contact now at all. Okay, you're not allowed, like, at all. You go near their place, mate, you'll get arrested and all that fucking shit now. They've got their full parenting rights, mate. So as far as they're concerned, you're not allowed near anything. You're not allowed to go near anything. Yeah, that's how that works, bro. Marriage is for mugs. Yeah, mate, yeah. Fucking, I've done it twice, mate. I've done it twice. I'm a fucking total nutball. I tried to put faith in it. I tried to, I did everything I could. I honestly can tell you that. I didn't lie, cheat. I didn't betray anybody. I was a devoted husband and father. I really was. Fucking, you try sitting there waiting 6 weeks for this person to come back on holidays, man. And then when they come back, you pick them up, and then they've already got their return ticket paid for in 6 months. Like they're telling you, I'm leaving again in fucking, it's 6 months away, right? So, mate, you got to be very careful who you marry. You got to be very careful who you have around you. Like, I've never seen a person change so quickly. Like a fucking complete fucking backflip. Okay, the person you were with yesterday is not the person you're with today. It's just not. It's a totally different person, mate, that you're with now. Okay, so but hey, I hung in, man. I hung in, hoping that it would work out, hoping the person would realise, and it just drove it into the ground. It literally drove it into the ground. It just, every single day was something new, something else to complain about, something else to get on your ass about, something else to really get. And all it is power. They want power in the relationship. They want to be the boss, mate. These women, they all want to be the boss. And I think the stronger you are as a man, the more they want to take that from you. They want to take that from you, okay? They're not happy with it. They got to, I mean, who in the fuck sits over on the other side of a fucking stall where I'm a permanent fucking member of, that I've been here a lot fucking for years and years before I even fucking met you, and you want to sit there fucking running me down to a fucking stall holder? Fuck you and that fucking stall holder. You understand how you fucking lost your husband that day? It's fuck you and the fucking stall holder. You want to sit there running your husband down to this fucking bitch? Fuck you and her, man. So no real wife will do that, boys. No real wife would ever do that. You will get warnings, you will get red flags very early. It's up to you whether you realise them or not, and whether you react to them or not. It's up to you. And, I realised it, put it down in the book, and thought to myself, well, I'm in now. I may as well see where this goes. Let's just see where this goes. Maybe it'll straighten itself out, yeah. And then you get children bring into it, and once you've got children bring into it, mate, you're not going anywhere. You'll do anything you can to keep your family unit together. To be with your children, you'll do whatever it takes, man. So and you've got a really masculine woman, mate, like fucking super masculine. Like, I cannot believe how we've gone from total feminine, really, really feminine, okay? Like, ultra feminine, okay? Make you a cup of coffee, fucking everything, mate. You got no idea. And then the next day, it's, I feel like a slave when I make you a coffee. I feel like a slave. And that's the last coffee that person ever made. They're not going to offer you a coffee, mate. You can forget about a meal. Your ass is going to be starving, mate. It's going to be fucking starving, bro. Because they don't cook, mate. They don't cook, bro. And when they do cook, they're going to bring you your meal all black. Black on one side, burnt on one side, and raw on the other two sides. Because they don't understand that they just put it in the fry pan, mate, and let it fucking burn. And then they present it to you with the burnt side up, okay? And then you turn it over and it's raw on the bottom, mate. The fucking raw, brother. It's fucking raw. So I never ate that shit, bro. I never fucking ate any of it. But she knows that the person that you're with knows that if they present a meal like that to you, you're not going to ask them again to cook. And that's the whole point. If they give you a then they think you're going to ask them to cook all the time. Yeah, and they don't want to do that at all. Okay, so the easiest way to get out of that is just to serve you a plate of shit, mate, that you're not going to touch, and you're never going to ask again. Okay, that's the easiest way out of that. And they'll drop little hints to you, man. They'll offer you a coffee, and they'll bring the coffee down, put it down, and as they're walking away, they say, "I feel like a slave." That's what a woman will say to you. I feel like a slave, and in her mind, mate, that's the last coffee you'll ever get. That's the last one. You'll never get another coffee again, okay? And if you ask her, Yeah, she's going to be offended, mate. If you ask her to make you a coffee, she's going to be offended. How dare you? You can make your own coffee, yeah? And while you're there, you can make me a coffee while you're there. That's what they say. I never had a breakfast cooked by that person, a coffee made by that. I never fucking had anything from that person except ignore. Just ignore. And then look at me like I'm going to do something, you know. You're in danger of some fucking bullshit demon or whatever. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I ever got. That's it. And there's no zoom, mate. There's no jiggy. There's no boom time. Absolutely fucking none. None. It's preserved, bro. It's preserved. I've never met a person like that, bro. That you're in a relationship with them and they preserve themselves. They knock you back. You know, they knock you back, bro. You get more no's than anything else, okay? You know, a yes is maybe once every 2 months. That's about it. That's when you know you're in trouble, boys, okay? So you'll get plenty of hints, mate. And the whole time you're trying to work out, what do I fucking do? How do I keep it together? What do I got to do? And the whole time that person is thinking, how do I get rid of him? How can I get him away? How can I make him leave? That's what they're thinking, mate. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. No, not one time. Not a single time. No, none at all, Johnny. You got blue balls, brother. I was a premium member of Pornhub, mate. A premium member, bro. Premium member. And apparently I've got Mrs. Princess here. And fucking not allowed to touch Mrs. Princess. Yeah, no, mate. No. Total, yeah, the whole time. The whole time. You're on feeder, mate. Yeah, it was horrible. It was fucking horrible, bro. I watched more of the hub, mate, than I did of anything else. Okay? So, yeah. Yes, you're blocked, Dawson. Yeah, definitely blocked, mate. Definitely blocked. You fucking idiot. It comes in the chat, am I blocked? Yeah, mate, you're blocked. Yeah, you're blocked. Oh, God, mate. Anyway, man, Lord Dobby King, boys, help the old bloke out. He's a bit on the fucking... I don't know what I'm going to do next week. I'm a bit on the fucking strep side, bro. Yeah, I'm a little bit stressed. I just tried, brother. You know, once you sign the piece of paper, mate, you got to put 100% into it. You got to really try. And sometimes, you got to try a little bit extra because they don't understand. Sometimes that's what I thought. They just don't understand, right? But no, they understood. They understood, really. They knew exactly what they were doing, brother. Trust me. They knew exactly what they were doing, okay? So, no, I was completely wrong in the way I was thinking. And the only reason I stayed, mate, is because I had echo. I had echo, bro. I'm not going anywhere. You know, I'll do whatever I have to do in order to stay there, to be a part of... You'll do whatever you can, mate, to be a part of your kid's life. And if the other side is actually telling you, when you leave, you're never going to see your children again, that pretty much gives you a lot of motivation to stay where you are. You know what I mean? They all do, V. They all do, brother. They all do, mate. Every one of them do that. Yeah, they fucking don't see it, though. When they look in the mirror, they see perfect 10. They see a perfect 10. You know, they really, really do. They do not see what we see. They don't see it. But they'll look at you and go, oh, you're old and you're wrinkled. And, they'll point out every single thing wrong with you. Every single thing wrong that you need to improve, right? Don't you want to improve yourself? That's what the woman will tell you. But you can't even say how much of a fat ass she's got. Or you're fucking, you're a horrible fucking, very masculine fucking personality. You know what I mean? You've got truck driver shoulders, love. What are you talking about, right? Yeah, they fucking hate that shit, bro. They really do. You know, like I had like this person, mate. When I got out of the shower, they would actually weigh me. They would have electronic weights sitting outside of the fucking shower, and they would weigh me, and then they would tell me that I weigh too much. You know, look how fat you are now. And I'd say, well, why don't you get on the weights? You know, why don't you have let me see how much you weigh? Oh no, I've already done mine. You don't need to see mine. I'm just worried about yours. You know, you need to lose weight. You know, like that's what they say to you, mate. But they do that to run you down. They do that to make you feel like shit about yourself, and that gives them power over you. That gives them power over you, you see, because you're relying on that person to tell you how handsome you are, and then they still want to fuck you, right? Yeah, you're not getting any of that. You're getting the opposite. So so you're going to try and work harder to make that person's approval, and that's what they've got you doing, mate. Is they've got you just running around trying to get their approval more than what they have. Yeah. No, there's nothing. No more, Benny. I'm on my own, brother. On my own. Yeah, I've got a lot of peace now in my life, and I live, you know, in a pretty quiet thing here. You know, pretty quiet place. I don't have any. I got no women around me. I don't. I just prefer my peace, mate. You know, I have tried. But I'm sick of the questioning. They think they're so fucking clever, bro. Like, women think they are so clever. You know, it's like the first time that you've ever been asked that question by a woman, and they think that that's the first time you've ever heard that question. And yet every single woman will ask you the same 3 questions. They all ask it, man. You know, they want to pretend how fucking clever they are. So as soon as I get asked those questions, mate, I'm out. I haven't asked that person anything. I don't ask them where they work or what job they've got or what car they drive or where they live. I haven't asked any of that, okay? Fuck. That's correct, Johnny, yeah. Yeah, very, very clever. No, just the long con. I call it the long con, mate. You know, that's when they're sitting back, mate, and they're planning everything. They're planning everything. Everything. Everything is planned. All right? I knew, mate, okay? I knew. I told the stream many, many times I'm living on borrowed time. I'm living on borrowed time, viewers. It's just a matter of time before this person works out that you just have to make a phone call and you can have you removed pretty quickly, pretty easily. And even the copper that turned up on the day told me that she's building a case against you. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, every time that we get called out, it goes on the computer. And he said, after 4 or 5 times of being called out, you'll automatically get removed. The coppers will just come and remove you anyway. So it's a matter of time. No, I didn't get any of that, Dawson. No, I didn't get any of that, brother. Well, I don't know, man. Good luck trying to meet a fun from high school. I don't know. They all have hidden agendas, mate. All of them do. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, mate, okay? Yeah, I didn't mind, mate, when I was getting a little bit of biscuit every now and again. But when that got completely cut off, and then the person doesn't even want to talk to you, doesn't even want to, you know. And it's not like you walk in the house and done anything wrong or whatever. You've been at work all day or whatever. But they can't even be bothered to say hello to you. You know, they're still treating you like a fucking total schmuck, mate, from a week ago or whatever. It makes it pretty hard, bro, okay? But good luck to them, man. Good luck to them. You know, become part of the leftover women. Become part of that, you know. Good luck. Good luck. You know, I smile, boys. Always smile, boys. You know why? You know why, boys? Because now that's going to be someone else's problem. Someone else is going to have to put trust in those words. Someone else is going to have to give faith to those words. Someone else is going to have to love those words, right? They're going to have to trust the same, I love you, I love you, I love you. They're going to have to trust the same, we'll always be together. Don't you trust me? You know, now someone else is going to have to fucking do that, right? Someone else is going to have to walk around with blue balls, mate. Fucking... Did you like that? Did you like that? You know, that was good, wasn't it? That was good, right? Okay, 3 months. Okay, give you, 2 months. Come back. Meanwhile, you can pay for everything. I'm expecting you to pay for everything. I'm expecting you to open and close doors, cook, clean, do everything that I tell you to do. Keep your mouth closed. Don't have an opinion that differs from mine. And if you do, don't tell me about it, because I don't really give a fuck anyway. Doesn't listen to anything that you say. Nothing. And nothing at all will it listen to, mate. Not a single thing. As far as she's concerned, she is the clever one. It'll actually tell you that. You know nothing unless I'm telling you. Like, who in the fuck do you think you are? I said that to her. Who the fuck do you think you are? I said, what are you, fucking nearly half my age? I fucking, you know more than me, do you? I've got to listen to you, do I? So I knew that I was in trouble, boys. When a woman's standing there going, you know nothing unless I'm telling you, you're in trouble. You're in fucking trouble. You're in trouble. Okay? And if you can't shag it every night, mate, it makes it pretty fucking hard to put up with it. Because that's the one big payoff for a man, isn't it? We'll put up with a woman, we'll put up with her bullshit and her words and her fairy tales and all of the stuff that she carries on with, mate, because at the end of the night, we've got a chance of shagging her, right? I mean, let's be serious here. We're all fucking human. We're all fucking grown up. Don't pretend that you don't want to fucking bang her, okay? And especially if that's your girlfriend or that's your wife. What the fuck, you want to just hold her hand for the fucking next 10 years? You know what I'm saying? So don't pretend to me that you don't want to fucking bang your missus, mate. That's ridiculous. And I'm sick of these fucking lawyers and judges looking at men like we're deviants, mate, for wanting to sleep with our wives. Like, what a fucking joke, right? They find it acceptable that, that person has completely ignored you for months on end, and you're still expected to fucking do everything that you're expected to do. Okay? But there's no expectations from her. None. None at all. It's all put on you, boys. It's all put on your expectations of what's expected from you. So no, boys, don't move him in. Don't fucking marry him. I don't know how you're going to be a parent. I don't know how you're going to be a father. And even if you do get to be a father, mate, you've got an 80% chance that you'll never see your kids. 80% chance that you'll never see your children. Like, that is ridiculous. There is an entire generation of children out there, brother, that don't see their father. They don't see their father, mate. Even at Christmas, Father's Day. How many fathers don't see their fucking children, brother? How many fathers, right? So no. Man, he can't be too fucking broke. He just bought fucking beers, mate. He just went and bought a 6-pack. That's the guy that lives in the park. So he can't be too fucking broke, bro. If he got... Hey, boys, you know what I'm saying? You can't be too broke, hey? Gosh. Like, they act all broke. I don't even have money for beers, mate. Fuck. I don't even have money for beer. Oh, fuck, all my money goes to rent and fucking bills, brother. Fucking rent and bills, mate. Fucking the gas, the electricity and the rent got paid this week. I'm fucking happy as fuck. Yeah, I'm happy about that. And I shouldn't have bought that latex, man. I really regret it. I spent fucking $70 on latex. I thought I'd need some latex over the Christmas period, and save me Ballarat, I'll just get a little bit of latex. And I really fucking regret it. I really did. And as soon as I paid for it, I regretted it. I thought, fuck, man, that came out of my Seno. Like, damn, boy, you shouldn't have spent that. You shouldn't have fucking spent it, mate. How in the fuck are you going to last, right? So... Christmas. You have Christmas, your country? Your country have Christmas? No? What country? Yeah, they have Christmas. I went to China. They have all the thing, Christmas. Yeah. And the same with the New Year. They have the fireworks for the New Year. Yeah. I've been there. See, they don't celebrate Christmas in China, mate. The guy was taking pictures of the Christmas stuff. I was in China, they had Christmas, bro. They're just taking pictures of that's the mother and the father. I suppose they're not allowed to have it over their communist government, mate. Tourists, brother, tourists. It's not raining. Apparently it was supposed to be raining, but yeah, it's not raining. So that's good. It's windy though. Windy and a bit cold. I got a jumper on and a t-shirt and a couple of jumpers on me. And a jacket. So I've got a few layers on me. Otherwise it'll be cold, yeah. Not exactly warm. No, it's Jade, mate. Bonjour the dragon, mate. It's supposed to bring you good luck, you know, but it fucking didn't bring any luck at all, brother, did it? It didn't bring any fucking luck at all, mate. Okay? So I got that thing in China, mate, because I thought to myself, boys, as I go along, I'll get little things, yeah? I mean, like, no offence, but yeah, you want to go over there for 6 weeks? Okay, it's going to cost you a ring. Okay, that's what I thought to myself. Fuck it. You're going to go there for 6 weeks. You're going to leave your husband for fucking 6 weeks. And you do that every 6 months. You're on holiday. No, you're going to buy me some pandas, mate, down at the fucking bank. You're going to get me some pandas, okay? Come back with some pandas, Come back with the ring done. Come back with the fucking Sons of Anarchy made, No, man, because I was earning good money back then. Remember that, man. We were selling a lot of nail polish, mate. A fucking ton of nail polish at the market. I was doing pretty good for myself back then. Okay? So, and I wasn't in charge of the paper. Don't forget, mate. That's the other thing. When you're earning big money and you're with one of these women, they want your fucking paper at the end of the day. They want to be able to sit there and start counting, mate. They love the counting. Okay? They love a little count up. The worst part is, mate, that they expect that every single week. Every single week they expect that same amount of, mate, or more. Okay, so if you go home and you've taken $2,500 for the day on a Sunday, and you've had a great day at the market because of all the new colour, they've just put the new colour on the table. So you've been swamped, mate. And then, me being a big mouth, I go down to the fucking nail salons, right? Fucking, mate, I'm such a shafty, I swear. I go to all the nail salons, right, in fucking Springvale, and I tell them that I've got OPI, right? I tell them I've got this brand name. They've never heard of a copy. It hasn't been seen here in this country. So I fucking stitched them all. I stitched them all, brother. I fucking stitched them all. Fuck them all, mate. They thought they were fucking real, brother. And I've sold them all copies. I sold them all fucking copies, mate. Unloaded fucking hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth to each fucking nail salon. So I had a really good day, man. I took fucking good money, right? And that's just through using your brain, just putting one and one together using your brain, yeah? And that's all I did for the day, man. But unfortunately, I didn't realise that every time you go to the market now, you're expected to do that. You're expected to come home with $2,500 every fucking week. And the markets don't work that way, brother. The shops aren't going to come to you every week spending $400 and $500, right? They've bought their stock. They're going to go away and use that stock, right? So it takes them a couple of months to go through the stock, yeah? But this person's expecting you to do that every single week. Every single week, okay? And if it's not that amount, then you're going to get into trouble, bro. You're going to get into trouble. They're not going to be happy with you. And you're going to get ignored. You're going to get into trouble. And there's not going to be any dinner. There'll be no dinner made. There'll be no nookie nookie. There's no joy joy. There's no boom boom. There's fucking nothing, mate. Okay? There's nothing but the complaint that you didn't earn enough today. You didn't earn enough. That's it. That's it. You're always obsessed with what you don't get, mate. If you don't get it, then you're obsessed with it, brother. If you get it, then you're not obsessed. You're not obsessed with it, bro. Come on, man. It's the same thing for every fucking thing you could say. You know, like you feel like a piece of chocolate. You're obsessed with fucking getting that chocolate until you get down to the shop and buy the block of chocolate. And then, you know what I mean? And then you bring the chocolate back and you just have one small square. You just have a little piece of chocolate. You don't have the entire block. You just have a little bit, right? Well, fuck, mate, why isn't that the same? Why do you have to look at your wife or your girlfriend walking around the house half naked, showing off fucking bits and pieces here and there, and you're not allowed to touch it? You're not allowed to go near it? Like, what world do we live in, brother? Yeah? I mean, I've never seen that before. When I was young, mate, chicks didn't act that way. You know, they really didn't, mate. I mean, when I was young and had girlfriends and all the rest of it, if they had a pair of fluffies on or a pair of G-strings on, you were in with a shot, mate. You were in with a fucking chance, brother. Nowadays, they like wearing that around you and they like just to tease you. They like to withhold it, you know, run back into the bedroom and close the door. You know, just fucking horrible shit to you, mate. You know, make you feel like shit about yourself. And then they tell you that you're old and ugly. So, you know, it reinforces why they ran into the bedroom. Oh, yuck. You know, you can look at me, you know, but you can't touch me. Oh, yuck. You know, oh, yuck. I just cringe at the thought of you touching me, right? Because I was in it, mate, and I was in another country. I did, Johnny. I was at the airport, mate. That was it for me. It was over. I fucking wanted nothing to do with the person. Nothing at all. They came to the airport and begged me. They begged me, brother, and then they shagged me in the car park. They took me to the car and shagged me. And it was the first shag I had in a whole fucking month of being with this person and signing onto the book. And that's the first chance you get is in the car park of the airport, bro. Fucking. So I thought about, you know, begging. I said, okay, then we'll give it a chance. We'll give it a shot. We'll try. Okay, we'll try. And that's what you do, man. You know. I've never been the one kind of person that just gives up. You know, it's too late, brother. I'm at the airport leaving the country. It's just too late. Yeah, Johnny. Basically. Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, I found myself getting run into the ground. Just run into the ground, mate.
It took me a while to realise that.
They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a flying rat's ass about you at all. They actually don't even like you. They actually dislike you. They don't even like you. Okay? They actually dislike you, you know. And the person was so obvious. Like, just, you got no idea how obvious this person would be. Like, you'd go to hug them and they would stand still and freeze. Just totally freeze. Their muscles would all tense up. And all you're doing is hugging them, right? You haven't done anything wrong. You haven't done anything wrong. But it's their way of telling you not to touch me. It's just their way of telling you not to touch me. So you feel very, very unwelcome. Very, very unwelcome, brother. You know. Anyway, that's life, boys. You know, that's life. I share it, mate, so you don't have to deal with it, mate. One day, you know, you don't have to deal with it. Because you'll end up like me, bro. You'll end up like me, okay? And you'll end up with nothing. You'll end up fucking skint. You know, asking people on the internet for a fucking bit of a fucking help every now and again. And you won't get it, you know. You'll go home the same as you were when you left. Makes it pretty hard in your life, mate, to deal with. Yeah, it makes it a little bit harder. My pain is your lesson, mate. That's what it's about here today. Yeah, not long enough, Sean. About 4 months, mate. 4 months in total, I suppose. All the time here on live stream, watching, and then going over there, being a month and a half, I suppose, and then, yeah. So, yeah, not long enough, mate. All the promises in the world, that's the thing, man. You're going to get presented with an entire fucking storyline, okay? You're going to get presented with a really good fairy tale where it makes it look like it's normal, it makes it look like it's okay, everything is perfect, it's meant to be, and it's a total switch the next day. The switch is turned. Okay, the person that you were with yesterday is not the same person you're with today. It's just fucking not. It's a complete... Okay? So whatever you were getting yesterday, you're not getting today. So now the person refuses to even go near you, refuses to hold your hand, won't even go outside with you, won't walk next door to you down the street, you know. Apparently now you're an embarrassment. Overnight you've become an embarrassment, okay? You know, overnight you become old and ugly. Look how old and ugly you are, you know? You know what I mean? They're like embarrassed of you, mate. So, yeah, you're not going to get anything, mate. I was heartbroken, bro. I really was. That first month was absolutely horrible. I remember being online, you know, everywhere I went, I was on my own. And I would just be at a restaurant eating on my own. And I did a lot of live streams on my own. A lot of walking around China on my own. And I've only just signed the book yesterday. This is supposed to be my honeymoon. This is my honeymoon, you know? I'm fucking... The person won't even come outside. Won't be seen with me. I'm an embarrassment to them. And there's no joy. There's no fucking honeymoon season, bro. There's none. It didn't exist. It just didn't exist. So there was none of that bonding time, mate. None of that at all. Yeah, you hang on because you're married. You hang on because you try and have faith as a man. That's what the problem is, boys. That you try, man. You'll put up with all of their bullshit. You'll put up with all of their one-liners, everything that they say to you. And that's the worst thing that can happen because they'll just keep laying it on. They'll just create more bullshit. They'll create more fucking drama. They'll create more trauma. Spending a month on your own, walking around China on my own was fucking, it wasn't fun. But I'll be fucked if I'm going to spend my time here in a foreign country, sitting in an apartment, being ignored by the fucking person you're supposed to be with, because you're being ignored. The person doesn't want to fucking know you, okay? So if you think I want to sit in the apartment the entire day, well, you're fucking wrong, mate. I'm not sitting in there. I'm out of there, man, straight away. Early in the morning, showered and out, I wasn't going to let it ruin my time in China, like my vacation in China, my time over there. I didn't want it to ruin that. Oh, none, Benny. No. Fuck that. No. None at all, mate. The person wouldn't want to bar you, brother. They've already fucking got their plans, mate. Don't worry about that. They've already got their plans, mate. Hello, mate. No, mate, no. You were never part of those plans, mate. For years and years, you were never part of the plan. So, it took them a few years. It took them a few years longer, to get that plan, organised and done. And, it took them a few years more than what they were expecting, mate. Okay? So, at the moment, they've got everything they want. Rah. Let's see how it rolls, bro. But personally, mate, go and tell someone else how much you love them. Go and tell them how much you love them. Yeah, that'd be brilliant, bro. Fuck. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, Pussy. Yeah, I thought I'd struck the gold, mate, to be honest. I thought I did really well, I really did. That's why I tried to, that's why a reason why I was the way I was. Because I thought maybe that's why, maybe that's why we're getting the pushback that we are. It doesn't seem to realise, rah. So, let her get a few things under the belt, mate. She'll get heartbroken or whatever. And that's just karma. It's just karma. You've got karma coming, and, karma is real. And, and I've told the person, don't ever tell anybody you were married. There is no reason that you need to do that at all. You were never married, ever. Not a fucking single day were you ever married, okay? So, you don't ever tell anybody you were married. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's life, boys. lorddobbyking@gmail.com, boys. lorddobbyking@gmail.com is my PayPal. Help the old bloke out. Cute. Peaceful, isn't it? Peaceful, mate. Just we don't get to see the kid, mate, that's all. We don't get to see the kid. Shame. I don't know, man. I don't recommend marrying anybody. I don't recommend it, boys. Sorry, man. I just don't recommend it. Especially one of these, latest edition models, mate. I just don't. I don't recommend it. I'm sorry, I don't. Back in the old days, I would recommend, having a family and all that, rah. Nowadays, bupkis, bro, bupkis. Let them live in their spare room, brother. Let them live with mum and dad. Let them stay there, okay? Let them have a life living with mum and dad, okay? And when they move out to their own apartment, if you think you're a genius, mate, moving in with a Sheila, you're fucking, mate. You've got no idea how much of the drama is going to come to your life if you move in with a woman. If a woman moves in with you, then she's going to bring that drama with her, okay? Because every day there is a drama. Every day there is a problem. There is every single day. Well, that's all I had. I never had anything other than that. I swear to God, I never had anything other than fucking just problems and hassles and this person not being happy. And you spend your entire time trying to make this person happy. And the entire time they're looking at you like you're an absolute dog, mate. They're looking at you in with the worst look on their face, like, just get away from me. Ooh, yuck. You know, they don't even want to talk to you, bro. They don't even want to fucking talk to you. Who in the fuck marries a foreigner, right? And then looks at the person and goes, I don't speak your language anymore. I just don't speak your language, okay? So I'll be married to you, but don't expect me to ever actually talk to you, you know? I don't speak your language. Like, who in the fuck does that? What kind of fucking, you know, only a woman would do that. Only a woman would marry you and then look at you and go, I don't speak your language. Yeah, I no longer talk English, okay? So if you want to talk to me, you've got to talk to me in my language, rah, you know? Like, fuck. No, good luck getting married. Oh, fuck, mate. What do you want to marry him for? What the fuck for? What for, brother? You know, you'll be end up doing all the cooking and the cleaning for another person, your whole existence, mate. And if you don't do that, then you got to go and get them takeaway. You got to get them, like, you got to buy them food. Okay, you got to buy them food, mate. You got to fucking do all of it, and they're never happy, man. You know, I remember that person coming back from her holiday, right? And she expects the entire house to be absolutely spotless. Not a single fucking mark anywhere. The gardens have to be completely done. Everything has to be done for her when she walks in the door. And this person would walk around, and trying to find anything that they can complain about. Anything at all. Oh, the shoes are in the wrong spot at the front door. I don't like that, where you put the shoes. You know, then it walks into the toilet and says, oh, you haven't cleaned my toilet. You know, you forgot to clean the toilet. You know, you need to go in and clean the toilet now. Like, fucking seriously? The entire house is spotless, mate. The entire fucking house. All the yard is done, everything is done, all the bills are paid, everything is done, and she's still standing there talking about a fucking toilet. Hasn't been in the premises for nearly 2 months. Hasn't been here for 2 months, man. Hasn't been here. But will gladly walk in and telling you what you're doing wrong, how you need to improve your life, you know, how they're not happy about whatever it is they're not happy about. They do not give a fuck, mate, about you at all. You know, they don't want to talk to you under normal circumstances. They just want to talk to you when they want to have a complaint, mate, when they're not happy, when they've got a complaint, okay? That's when they want to talk to you. And then they want to go back to ignoring you again, going back into their room and closing the fucking door and ignoring you, and then going back in half an hour and checking whether you've done that or not. I remember this fucking person, they'd ask you to do something. What is it with these fucking women, mate? When they open their mouth, you're expected just to jump up. You're expected to jump up and do whatever the fuck they want. Like, you might actually be doing something, right? You're busy in the fucking garage or whatever, and they come out and they tell you, oh, the garbages need to go out. Yeah, not a problem. You know, not a problem. Yeah, she's expecting you to get up there and then, okay, because she has mentioned the garbages need to go out. So you need to stop what you're doing, mate, and take the garbage out. And if you don't, that woman is going to be standing there for fucking complaining to you until you fucking do take them out, because she wants them done now. Okay? Your bins don't have to go out until, you know, they get picked up tomorrow, mate. You can wait, you know. I did have Johnny. Man. I had to go to a psychologist. I had to go and get diagnosed. I had to go and talk to somebody. I had to go and spend like nearly $600, mate, talking to a fucking psychologist. You know, talk me through it, you know. Because any reaction that you have when you're with somebody, they put it down to abuse. They just call anything that you say or do abuse. And if you raise your voice, that's abuse. If you say the wrong thing, that's abuse. If you say the word no, that's abuse. The word no. Go and ask any lawyer.
Go and ask any copper, mate, and they will tell you the word no is abuse. Is abuse when you tell a woman. It's abuse. How dare you tell her no for any reason at all? How dare you? Who do you think you are? And you'll say, well, I'm her husband. I didn't want her to do something. No, you have no right to tell her what to do at all. Nothing. Nothing. And expectations from you mean nothing. You're expecting to actually, sleep in the same bed as your wife. You're a sexual abuser. You're an abuser. Yeah. Yeah. You find out the laws, mate, and you'll be so disheartened. You know, I found them all out during the men's behaviour course, and it really broke my heart, mate, to realise that men are just worth nothing. We really are absolutely worth nothing to these government officials. When you go and do the men's behaviour course, man, you'll realise that you are right down on the run of the ladder, and the cat, the dog, the goldfish, they're all above you. You're right at the bottom, and you pay for everything above. It's your job to pay for it all, okay? But at the end of the day, yeah, you're just an abuser. You'll be called all bunch of whole different names, man. I find it amazing how you can be a great husband and a great father one day, and then the following day, you're called an abuser. You're told you have to leave your own home. You're told you never see your children again. And that's the following day. The very next day. And the day before that, she'll tell you she loves you. She'll tell you she loves you, how much of a great guy you are, and you're a good husband, and all of that stuff. And this because you've said the word no to her, or you knocked her back. I knocked her back. I don't care about your charity fucking sex anymore. Stick your fucking charity sex, mate. Save it for the next guy. You know, that's what I said. Save it for the next guy, love. Okay, I'm not interested in your obligation charity thing, right? Once every 3 months. Oh, wow, big deal. Once every 3 months, you know, like fucking, yeah, don't do me any favours, love, you know. Don't worry about it now. I just removed the power. You know, in my own mind, I removed the power you had over me. I don't give a fuck about fucking you now. I don't care. So once I did that, mate, it was all over. The next morning, you know. The next morning. No, that's true, man. It is 100% true. All you got to do is go and ask a fucking lawyer, Dwayne. Fucking Dwayne, mate. I can't fucking believe I can say someone. Fucking, you can't be called just fucking Darren or fucking whatever. And then you got to be called Wayne. I got to call you two separate fucking names, mate. Dwayne. What the fuck, dude? Yeah, all you got to do is go and ask a lawyer. Go and ask a lawyer if the word no, when you say to a woman, is that regarded as abuse. Go and ask any copper. Go and ask any copper, brother. And the copper will tell you you're not allowed to tell the word no to a woman. You know, how dare you restrict her in any way or tell her she can't do something. So no, even if you're married to her, mate, you're not allowed to tell her no, okay? If she goes and complains, mate, you can be charged for that. That's the law in Victoria, brother. That's the truth. Definitely the truth. Yeah, I've learnt a lot, man. I learnt a lot going through all this fucking shit, mate. I learnt a lot. You know, men are fucking worth nothing, mate. And the sooner you realise that, mate, the better off you'll be. The sooner you realise that, the better off you'll be. Okay? Yeah, the sooner you realise that. Yeah, in the magistrate's court, mate. Fucking look it up look it up. Is the word no in the magistrate court to women abuse? Fucking my lawyer said it is, and the fucking judge said it is, and the coppers said it is. Yeah, you're not allowed to say that word, mate. I don't care what the fucking computer says, mate. I don't care. I don't fucking care. I'm telling you now. If she goes down and complains, mate, you are definitely going to get into trouble. You're definitely going to get into trouble. Okay? Yeah, it is, mate. It definitely 100%. The word no is regarded as abuse if you say it to a woman. Absolutely 100%. Okay? Well, maybe that, I don't know. But anyway, if your woman goes down and complains, yeah, you're definitely going to get into trouble. You know, he's abusing me. He's telling me I can't do something. He said I'm not allowed to do it. Rah, rah. Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, definitely. Okay? Lord Dobby King made a Gmail, mate. Lord Dobby King. Wait a minute, man. The old man's calling me, Murray. Anyway, man, if you want me to hang around, yeah, Lord Dobby King, brother. Otherwise, I'll go and answer this call, bro. I'll go and see what he wants. Go and see what he wants, man.